Hi, love. Welcome back to Life Enthusiast. Can I share something with you today? Not as an expert, not as someone who's figured it all out, but as someone who has been there too and who is still figuring it out, honestly. Because if you ever felt like you had to earn your place, if you ever felt like you needed to work harder just to be noticed, or quieter just to be accepted, or better just to be loved, then this episode is for you. Let's talk about the stories so many of us carry, the ones that we rarely say out loud. Most of us walk around with these silent beliefs, and they're not small, they're heavy, and they shape everything. And maybe you know the one that whispers, I don't belong unless I behave a certain way. So you adapt, you shrink a little, you become hyper aware of the room, of what's expected, and you fit in, sure, but you never quite feel like you belong. There is always a part of you left outside the door. Then there is this one. I'm only safe if I stay in control. You might not say it out loud, but your body knows the script. Plan everything, don't leave room for chaos, keep it all running smoothly. And if something unexpected happens, you freeze, you spiral, because your safety is built on control, not on inner trust. So you keep gripping, tightening, pushing through, but control is a cage, not a sanctuary. And then comes this big one, especially for the givers, the nurturers, the ones who carry too much without ever asking for anything. My value comes from what I give. So we give and give and give. We become the helper, the emotional anchor, the default caregiver, even when no one asks, even when we are exhausted. Because deep down, there is a fear. If I stop giving, will I still be wanted? If I say no, will they leave? If I ask for something, will I become a burden? So we stay useful, we make ourselves indispensable, and we disappear in the process. And maybe the loudest one in our world today, my worth depends on what I do. I would say that this one is sneaky because it gets praise, applause, paychecks, Instagram likes. So we perform, we overachieve, we stay productive, we celebrate it for being strong, ambitious, unstoppable. But when we finally sit still, when we stop producing, the silence feels unbearable. That's when the question creeps in. If I'm not doing, what am I? So here's the truth. These beliefs, they didn't start with us. They were handed down from generations who had to survive, from systems built to keep us small, and from a world that confused performance with purpose. And unless we bring this story into light, they're going to keep running the show. But if we get to say no more, we get to rewrite the route. So now, if we are no longer living by those old codes, what do we live by instead? What becomes our truth? we do not need to fix the surface anymore. We need to change the code we're living in from. And not just with affirmations or journal prompts, but with the truth that lands in the body. So if you're open, let's fill in a new story together. One that doesn't sound good, but it feels like home. Let's start here. I belong because I carry home within me. You don't have to earn your seat. You don't have to perform your way into worthiness. You were never meant to fit into spaces, just require you to shrink. Your belonging isn't out there, it's in here. And when you root deeply into who you are, you realize that you never had to audition for acceptance. You are the home you've been seeking. You walk into rooms now, not wondering, will they like me? But standing tall in the truth. I like me, I honor me, I bring my whole self here. That's belonging, and no one can take that away. Now this one. I'm safe because I'm rooted in myself. Control used to be safety, and hypervigilance used to be the ammo. But now, safety comes from your relationship with yourself. You don't need to know what's next. You just need to know you will show up fully, truthfully, gently. And the more you anchor into your body, the breath, the truth, the less you need to control the world outside. Rooted women are powerful because their calm isn't performed, it's lived. They can bend without breaking, they can feel without drowning, because they built safety from inside out. And next one, it is my favorite. It is one of the things that I've been working a lot over the past few years. I'm still working on it. It's I'm valued because I embody love, care, and present. The things that I want to tell you is that you don't need to overfunction to matter. You don't need to abandon yourself to be chosen. Your energy, your care, your presence, they change the room. Not because you do more, it's because you are you. Your value lives in the little things, like the way you listen, the way you hold space, the way you notice beauty others miss. You don't need to fight to be seen. Just stay rooted in who you are, and those meant for you will feel your presence. That's real value. The next one is I am worthy because I exist. Nothing can add or take away from that. I think this is the one that we all forget, because our world tells us worth must be earned through appearance or output or perfection. But real worth, it was never conditional. You had it before you ever say your first word, before you ever made a mistake, before you were ever praised. That worth is yours, unshakable, unchangeable. And when you stop trying to prove it, you finally get to live it. So maybe today isn't about doing more or changing who you are. It's maybe about remembering that you belong, that you are safe, that you are valued, and you are worthy. Not because you worked for it, but because it's always been true. Let that settle in your chest. Let that truth soften your breath. Let it live in your body. You're not too much. You're not behind. You're not even broken. You're simply on your way home. And love, you already closer than you think. So until next time, stay soft, stay rooted, and remember, You were always worthy. Bye for now.